Hey, welcome to today's exciting story. After the boss died, only she entered but never returned. McKayle's at work today. Suddenly, the cashier was terrified. It was a robbery. The robber brandished a gun, demanding Jenny give up all cash. McKayle looked at the robber, took cash from the counter as told, but the robber demanded Jenny's ring. She sold her mom's diamond ring, and at that moment McKayle sized up the robber. The words on the hat, neck tattoos, and 2 kids burst in suddenly for safety. McKayle soothed Jenny, removed her ring, gave it to the robber, and followed him out of the store. Watching the robber hop into a car and wrote down the license plate, McKayle and Jenny called the cops, who quickly figured out who the robber was. Calling the police was just formal. Then McKayle went to the supermarket's tool aisle, borrowed a hammer, and quickly. Night ended, day's hassle began. Jenny felt less sad and went to the cashier. Suddenly, she noticed her ring was inexplicably back. McKayle wiped down the borrowed hammer and returned it to the shelf like a pro. That night, Teddy finally tracked down her home, posing as a cop, inquiring about the death of 5 people at the restaurant. She asked McKayle why he was at that restaurant. McKayle spun quite the tale, but Teddy wasn't buying it. She took out the photo of Eileen's late friend. McKayle felt conflicted, but stayed calm. After Teddy left, McKayle saw her get in a fancy car. Meanwhile, Teddy found McKayle suspicious. Over the next few days, Teddy started spying on McKayle, who bought empty bottles, labeled them motion sickness meds, and installed cameras. Everywhere at home, Teddy got a dirty cop to probe McKayle's past, but it seemed fabricated. So they planned to capture McKayle alive and find his boss. That night, McKayle was still engrossed in reading at the diner when subsequently a suspicious-looking man entered. Teddy and his team observed from their car as the man began to act beyond his capabilities. Suddenly, a truck pulled over on the street, and inside the diner, 4 swift moves went down, followed by a power outage. People in the truck panicked but couldn't intervene, no witnesses. McKayle knew this. So boldly, he walked out of the diner, whipped out his phone, snapped a pic of the vehicle, then vanished into the darkness. The crew started to split up to chase him down. Little did they know McKayle was no amateur. Surprisingly, a dirty cop was present. McKayle left, making Teddy even surer he was behind the 5 deaths. But they were caught. Teddy was certain McKayle killed all 5 gang members. Next, the group will break into McKayle's home, where he simmers honey and patches his wounds in the bathroom. Meanwhile, mobsters or dirty cops sneak in, moving cautiously, as McKayle tends his wounds. He quickly bandaged himself up, and suddenly they barged into the bathroom, only to find it shockingly empty. Meanwhile, McKayle was missing, started his computer to monitor the gang's every move and check the back seats in rooms and kitchen. They searched all book-filled rooms, found a ticket site on McKayle's computer, then a bottle of motion sickness meds, recalling their 3-day surveillance, McKayle's travel gear, and an open-ended ticket to Mexico. They thought McKayle sensed danger and would leave. Then Teddy said, "He's not going anywhere, no matter what you say. He's watching me." Teddy's crew then took their leave, because he had his own ways. To lure McKayle out, at the same time, McKayle realized Teddy was no simple rival. For safety's sake, he went to an old friend's place, a villa for the dying, whose identities were known to them. They'd held a grand funeral for McKayle. Susan, a retired CIA agent, and days later, the man and McKayle played chess. A plane flew overhead. That was the man's wife, Susan. Turns out he's been at the CIA these days, digging into Teddy's back. Subtitles: McKayle didn't just kill those 5, they were Pushkin's henchmen, not ordinary thugs. They built a vast network on both US coasts, engaging in dirty deals with political ties. No one dared touch him. When Pushkin had trouble, Teddy stepped in, having undergone brutal training. Dangerous and sly, last night 2 corrupt cops linked to them were killed, style suggests Teddy. Another, Frank, missed work for days, given his style. He would definitely go after McKayle's inner circle. The next morning, after a restless night, Susan sat down next to McKayle. She understood McKayle's heart. She knew that the departure of his wife, Vivian, had left him disheartened, but Vivian's true love was still alive. Subtitles: Susan gives McKayle a suggestion, and the dirty cop Frank is in a total panic. His 2 corrupt cop friends were killed brutally. Today his car alarm kept ringing, so he checked it out then. McKayle knocked Frank out with 3 punches, leaned him against the car, sat in a chair instead of questioning him immediately. He closed the car windows, pumped in exhaust, waited, then chatted, wanting to know about Pushkin. Frank stood for him a few times, had been a cop for 20+ years. Finally, he saw reason. Survival beats being killed by Teddy. To survive, he took McKayle's to a secret base, a hard cash counterfeiting den resembling a slaughterhouse. It seems like a slaughterhouse. The real noise is behind. Frank told Andre to leave fast, saying it's compromised. He was Pushkin's police informant. Seeing a stranger, Andre grew suspicious, so McKayle created opportunities. Subtitles the scene stalled, but Frank said they are Pushkin's men. No one dared act. McKayle demanded loyalty, had his men drop guns and hands behind backs. Andre wasn't afraid. But they, sent by the boss, took down the counterfeit den. McKayle told corrupt cop Frank to call the police.